Welcome to Joburg Today, where we bring you nothing but the best of what the City of Gold has to offer. I'm your host, Riley Sakwe. Established global brands continue to have a footing in Africa. This is according to Brand Africa's 100 annual survey. MTN rose one position this year, solidifying itself as the most desirable brand in Africa and maintained as one of the most valued in the continent.
The founder of Brand Africa 100 maintains that key to transforming the continent is driving brand growth. Their fourth annual Brand Africa 100 Awards was held in Sandton. The survey ranks and celebrates the best African and non-African brands in Africa.
In 2011, we started Brand Africa 100. We started it because we wanted to measure how far we've come as Africans in creating those brands and products and services which respond to the conditions of the continent, to the needs of the customers, and to the ambitions of the Africans.
The Brand Africa 100 celebration is not only about recognizing the top brands in Africa from a consumer's perspective, it's also a stark reminder of the important role that brands play when it comes to transforming the lives of Africans. New brands lead to new ideas, which leads to new technology, which leads to new products, which leads to the creation of jobs. And it also provides the tax revenue that's needed to build infrastructure. The challenge right now in Africa is to create more brands. Currently, only 25% of brands on the African continent are made in Africa.
Africa's best brand, MTN.
The thank goes to our customers because they voted us in this position. The award that I appreciate the most is probably the most admired brand in Africa award, because that's something that your customers put you in. They voted for you, you spoke to their heart, and they spoke back and said, okay, well, you're the brand that we admire the most.
Let's tell our African brothers and sisters, go home, create brands and services which are made in Africa. Because if you, as an African, don't love yourself, nobody else can love you. Congratulations to Samsung.
Nashina Mohammed for Joburg Today.
Hi, I'm Mpho Pops Mudikwane, and you're watching Joburg Today.
We love hearing from you, so hit us up on Facebook, joburgtoday.tv. Follow us on Twitter @JoburgToday. And if you're one of those people who are constantly on the move, then catch us on pockettv.mobi. That's Pocket with an I. The city of Joburg has recently started rolling out Wi-Fi hotspot infrastructure with free data. Realizing that most South Africans cannot afford data, NGO Project Isizwe and the city of Tshwane have been providing thousands of South Africans with free internet for almost 3 years now.
60% of our people just don't have internet access. And that's one of the fundamental elements that's needed for change catalysts in economic development.
Sure.
And we were very fortunate in our early days. I mean, the organization was set up in April 2013. And by August, the city of Tshwane had picked up their hand and said, guys, we would like to partner with you. We've got the vision and we think you guys have the solution. And that just became a match made in heaven. And when we started, we actually did 5 sites as initial phase 1. Within 3 months, we had 25,000 users using internet access at those 5 sites, which immediately told the city that there's a much bigger need for these type of services.
There's a huge demand, absolutely.
And then we progressed very rapidly into phase 2, which went from 5 sites to 213 additional sites and focused around Attridgeville, Soshanguve and Mamelodi. So after we moved into the 213 site deployment that actually went live in June 2014, we then progressed to a phase 3 deployment, an additional 402 sites across the city of Tshwane.
Wow.
Effectively covering 103 of 105 wards thus far. So there's a presence, at least one site in every one of those wards, ensuring that regardless of your personal circumstance, you have an opportunity to access the internet.
Are you able to tell us exactly what they're using the internet for? Are there certain trends that you're picking up?
On a daily basis, we have in excess of 60,000 unique connections to the network. Over a month, approximately 170,000 unique connections going over this network as well. By the way, we don't ask for registration details, so I can't tell you what individual people are doing, but we aggregate all of the information. So I can tell you that the highest utilization over this network is actually related to education. So it's the UNISA content portal, which we effectively make available for unlimited access. It's the resource websites for TSHWANE WIFI. It's the Department of Basic Education's resource websites.
So the educational institution students in that area have unlimited access.
Yes. The second highest utilization is on job searches. Within our unlimited content portal, we've got Gumtree, for example, that has one of the biggest job portals in the country. We've got Harambee, that facilitates the job seekers and employees and takes them through a whole process of actually applying for and being placed.
So everything's unlimited.
In 2015, we still have the 250 megabytes internet access, and of course unlimited access to the Tibetsa portal, which is the content portal within which Gumtree, Harambee, the educational resources, all of that sits inside of that portal. That's unlimited. And our average user speed is currently 15 megabit per second over the network.
This is awesome. Of course, there's huge infrastructure investments that's needed to fund this. What is it costing the city?
So the cost is effectively three times cheaper than the closest market competitor. And the reason for that is because TSHWANE operates as a not-for-profit organization.
Yeah.
It's definitely a social cause, and the city actually provides our cost recovery only. That's what the city pays for. We leverage as far as possible available infrastructure within city environment. So every city in the country today has three key elements to a telecoms network, which is essentially what the free Wi-Fi service is. Firstly, it's a fiber network. City of Tshwane has an extensive fiber network. City of Johannesburg has the same, by the way. We have many high sites, and that's the water towers, reservoirs, buildings that are actually owned by the cities. And we use all of that infrastructure in the City of Tshwane to lower the cost of deploying the service. And the third thing is power supply. And these are the traditional cost elements that normal telcos face. But because they have the profit motive, they've actually got to pay for those type of services.
Okay.
And TSHWANE being a not-for-profit and being in partnership with government, the cities actually sponsor this as part of the deployment.
Are you planning on mirroring this in the city of Johannesburg in terms of what you've achieved in that city?
Well, I think Mayor Tau actually went out on the State of the City address in May 2014 and announced that by the end of 2016, Johannesburg will have 1,000 free Wi-Fi sites. City of Tshwane, by the way, currently has 753. What I do know is that they have been actively involved in the deployments. We've been talking to them from February in how we can assist them to actually fast track and essentially share information to help enhance and improve their services.
I'm Lisa Raleigh and you're watching Joburg Today.
A foot in the door is better than nothing. And after SA Fashion Week, the Sunglass Hut new talent search is definitely breaking down doors for all those young, up-and-coming designers. 18 years into its existence, South African Fashion Week continues to create a platform for young designers to introduce their work to the market.
The Sunglass Hut New Talent Show showcases or brings new talent onto the market. For instance, Air was in the previous New Talent Search, and they now have a flourishing business. And the same with Wake. He was the winner last year, and this season he's doing his own show.
The theme we were given was individualism, and I decided to design around water. And I looked at how water turned from a gas to a solid to a liquid. And I brought that element into the designs because strong women need to adapt to different environments, just like water has to do in nature. And the garments actually transform, and there's about 6 different ways of wearing each garment. So that's where my inspiration came from.
In association with Sunglass Hut, this year's New Talent Search finalists were handpicked by trend analyst Dion Chang with the theme Individualism.
I think it was the most amazing news when we were picked as finalists for this competition. Especially being modest designers, we're also trying to break through into mainstream fashion, put our name out there. So it's been quite an amazing experience, not just with Dion Chang, with Lucilla as well.
The nights ended with Dean Charles Hapflush being crowned the winner for his collection with Inspired by His Very Own Skin.
I think it was a complete overwhelming feeling. I think it was something that I didn't expect. I think there was great competition. But I think that I felt like I had done enough to impress the judges and impress the public, because I think that's the number one factor too, is that has the public received me well, and I think that they have. So I think when I walked out and I heard my name, it was a sigh of relief that the sowing is over, but definitely a huge excitement for the future endeavors.
I'm Riley Sakwe for Joburg Today.
Hi, I'm Samantha Jessamine and you're watching Joburg Today.
And that's all we have for you today. But be sure to check out our playlist to see what's happening in and around your beautiful city. That's it from me, Riley. I leave you with Dave Van Vuren, Luna Girl. Enjoy.
My Luna girl, you are the reason I'm alive. You are the sea beneath the sun, my only one. I cannot try to even show you all my love. You're sexy, scrumptious woman, you are the one. My Luna girl, with every breath that I may take, it would just be a big mistake without you. My only wish is that I will spend each day with you, and everything that I go through, you go through too. Cause I got a whole lot of love, whole lot of light to share. But I've been running in circles, feeling the life's been unfair. But hold on, a woman, here I come, yeah. I feel you in the deepest way, darling. Yeah, I need you. Cause I got a whole lot of love, whole lot of light to share. But I've been running in circles, feeling that life's been unfair. Said I got a whole lot of love, whole lot of light to share. But I've been running in circles, feeling that life's been unfair. But hold on, a woman, here I come.